Thomas Bertrand Houdon, you were confident he'd be able to practice today. Did he get out here or not?
Yeah, he was sprinting a little bit. So again, we'll probably just kind of make a decision here and see how he reacts after that. But looked a lot better. I think the day of rest was smart for him. So we'll see how it goes.
If he's unable to go, would that put Kadeem Carey onto the roster?
Yeah, there is a pathway potentially for that, but there's multiple moves that would probably have to be made. So I don't want to say no to anything, but we'll just see what's the deal with Thomas.
AJ Ouellette and Roland Milligan Jr., did they clear concussion protocol? Are they ready to go this week or not yet?
Yeah, no, another day out there. Again, we'll just see how it reacts after practice, but they both look really good today.
Coach, you've had a really weird week in terms of practices, indoors, outdoors, all of it. How does it, get you ready for this game, having all those changes?
I think just the ability, we're lucky to even have a space to go to, and, if anything hits, weather-wise, excuse me. So it's good that we do have that space to get practice done. Now, obviously, being out here is best practice, just, making sure we're getting proper route depth and everything like that. And even for everybody involved, spotting the ball, everything, So it was good to get back out here today and finish off the week.
Does the smoke have a big impact on you guys, and the players, the lungs getting ready, getting into shape for the game?
Yeah, I'd say, pre 22 or whatever, the smoke, I'd say probably, there was some practices back in the day. I'm pretty sure now we wouldn't have supposed to be out there, but, we do such a good job. We're dialed in from a league standpoint, and it's echoed to every club. If there's a risk, we're not even going to take it. So, once we get cleared for practice, and if we can get out, we'll get out. But if not, we'll adapt.
Coach, your team put up 31 points last week. How do they take another step forward in Hamilton?
Yeah, I think, you never want to put a point total on it to say that we've achieved it, but just finishing drives and obviously protecting the football, just details of just trying to be a better version of us. And, if that leads to a crazy amount of points, which you always hope for, it's a plus. But ultimately, as long as we're scoring one more than the other team, then we're happy.
Mario Alford talked about the success that he had last week, best starting field position out of any team in the Canadian Football League through week one. He says it's a field when he runs out there. Are you surprised to hear that?
No, not really. He's a cagey vet, and sometimes, you'll see players that just get into a certain kind of zone, and for him, he certainly was in that, but, and he'll be the first to tell you, there's 11 other guys out there working their tails off to make sure that he's got, a lot of space available to him. But ultimately, his decision making, seeing the holes and pressing, he was excellent last week. So, we can continue that in our return game and score or not only flip the field, but give our offense a great drive start. Then it puts us in good favor.
Corey, how much appreciation do you have for Gord and Tai and the gargantuan task of taking everything down east and then packing it up and bringing it back?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the only thing they do all day, so I don't really have. I'm joking. No, those guys they're excellent. Gordy's been here forever and a day. Tai will probably, be buried under the stadium here too at some point. So they're tremendous. They're a huge part of this team and this organization and their commitment to it, not only during the season and off, but to be able to adapt on the fly when things happen. They got to be the first one to move. We can't start certain things without the things that they do. So nothing but love for those guys.
What kind of undertaking is that from your perspective, just getting everything ready to put boxes upon crates on a plane?
Yeah, no, I think, some guys certainly, when I was a young player, those are things you kind of just don't think about. It's like, hey, I'm getting on the plane, and even you're sitting there like, what's taking so long? But then, as you're around for a few years, you realize what's happening. And again, every team has an equipment staff that has their own process, and these guys are outstanding, some of the best in the league. And you're super grateful that you have people like that in the organization it's selfless, truthfully. Like, it needs to be done, but not a lot of people are going to raise their hands to help. So it's awesome that they take it so seriously.
Coach, it's Father's Day weekend. I know that you've got a couple at home that are going to be cheering you on, and of course provide you a lot of support, maybe a little bit of a getaway too, plus the support that you get from your own dad.
Yeah.
What does Father's Day mean, and do you want to send a shout out to Rider Nation?
Well, yeah, Rider Nation dads, in case you don't get it, because let's be honest, we know Father's Day comes second in the household. So happy Father's Day, excellent job. But for my kids, I'm just excited to whatever, you know, they're at that age of who knows what kind of drawing it's going to be, but I can't wait to see it and love it up because I know it comes from a good place, and they show me love every day, man. So I'm just super grateful. But shout out to all the dads out there.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.